Don't worry about that your warm up and cool down is making your average pace slower, and everyone on Strava is going to see instead of you ran 4:10 per kilometer, it's going to be 4:18. No one cares. The only thing that matters is what you do on race day. Hi, my name's Dusty. I'm a 1:10 half marathoner and I race as a professional triathlete. And today is part 2 of 5 in my How to Run Faster series. And today we're talking all about running pace. So today's running tip is running pace. And I'm not talking about running pace in a race. I'm talking about how to pace during training. And one of the biggest things about run pacing is training is setting your ego aside. So I'm going to throw some numbers at you. When I race a half marathon, I like to be in the 320s per kilometer, or about, I think it's 520 to 530 per mile pace. And in training on some of my long runs and easy runs, I'll often average 430 or even slower sometimes per kilometer. And in miles, I can run 730 pace. So if you compare those numbers, 320 to 430 per kilometer and 530 to 730 per mile, that's a big difference in my pace. Now I find with a lot of especially experienced runners and faster runners who are stuck and they've hit a plateau and they can't get a lot faster, their pace is much smaller than that. They're doing all of this easy and long running work very close to their race pace, training in what's called the gray zone, and ultimately it leads to them never really improving. And on the flip side, if you look at a professional runner, they're going to be doing their hard workouts much faster than their race pace. And when it comes time to do some of their long runs and their easy runs, they're going to be going much slower than race pace. Just to give you another example, I used to have a bunch of training buddies from where I lived before, and their half marathon time was usually just under the 1:30 mark, and mine at that time was, I think, around 1:16, 1:15. So a pretty big difference in abilities. However, we'd go out for some long runs every so often together, and every single time they would take off way faster, even in the warm-up, than I had planned on going at all during the run. And ultimately they were doing a lot of their long runs and their easy runs, because it wasn't easy for them, way too fast. So if you don't know what your paces should be, hire a coach, talk to someone who knows what they are talking about. You can find some pace charts on the internet too, but if training in this gray zone and all your paces are so close to each other, sounds like you, then I recommend spreading them out a little bit more. When it's time to go fast, say once a week for a speed workout, you go fast. And when it's time to go easy, you go easy. And make sure every workout has a warm-up and a cool down, and make sure it's just that. It's warming up easy and it's cooling down easy. So be smart about your pacing. Yes, you can get faster on your easy and long run days by not running race pace. Make sure to slow it down a little bit to the proper pacing. And then when it's time to go fast on, say, a tempo run or a speed interval run, then it's time to go fast and really get the benefit of that workout. So like always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more everything running, triathlon, and nutrition related.